Your edits look cheap, and deep down you know this. Even though you try your best at every single video, you give your soul to the project, thinking this one is the breakthrough you always wanted in the quality. What ends up happening after you export it? It's just looking cheap. The quality of it is bad. But stay with me for a moment. When I say quality, I don't mean the actual quality of your skill or your talent. The real quality behind every single video hides in a very different place. And regardless if you've been editing videos for 10 days or 10 years, if you change this one little simple thing, which is so small, yet it's so important, your video will look better. Guaranteed. It is way more important than your experience. It is way more important than the way you cut. It is the crucial and required step for every video editor to make real money and to have client after client after client. And in this video, I'll explain what it is. You'll understand how easy, obtainable, how simple it is to everyone. And if you master it, what I'm about to tell you today will literally change your video editing career forever. And we have to start by going back to the basics and breaking down what video editing actually is. Because to be honest with you, even us video editors tend to often forget about that, and therefore people take advantage of that because they don't know and we don't know. What? I want you to write down the next sentence I'm about to tell you. Write it down, put it on the wall, and never forget it. Video editor works with the material. He does not create it. Material consists only of two major things: source footage and assets. Imagine an artist drawing a painting. First of all, he draws a sketch, a form, an outline of what is going to happen. The sketch in our case is source footage. It is the skeleton. It is the base upon which we do all the work. When we do the rough cut, we're basically sketching. We're making a narrative. After artist finishes his sketch, he starts painting the whole picture. He starts conveying the emotion. He adds colors. He adds elements. He starts portraying the feeling. He creates the work of art. In video editing, we apply music, we apply transitions, we apply effects. We paint the picture in the minds of the viewers, adding assets to the source footage. So source footage is the sketch and assets is the paint. And that's it. Anything else is not video editing. Anything else is not video editing. Real pro editors don't run around rendering 3D text. They don't do color correction. They don't do sound mixing. All of that is material creation. Video editing is not that. Video editing is working with the prepared material. Creating VFX is for VFX artists. Doing mixing is for sound engineer. Color correcting is for colorists. And Hollywood understands it better than anyone. That's why all Hollywood movies spend millions of dollars on cameramen, composers, visual artists, and many more talents to create the best possible source and assets, the material, for you, the editor, so you can take that material and use it to create the best compelling emotional story. And it doesn't matter if you've been editing for 1 day or 1 decade, because in the video editing game, it's not about who has the best skills, but who owns the best material. And the better material you will have, the more expensive your videos can be as a result. How do you think a video will look like by default if you put a completely newbie editor that doesn't know how to launch Premiere and you give him Hollywood assets? Hollywood industry produces the best looking product. Because again, by default, if you own the greatly shot source footage and the best assets, it will present you, video editor. It will show your talents in a better light because you've simply been working with a better material. It inspires you to work with delight and wanting to create instead of wanting to kill yourself by looking at a shot footage on iPhone. With the right assets, you can create a Netflix-looking documentary. As I've said, we don't have control over source footage, but we have complete control over assets. And you don't have to be in Hollywood to actually own those assets. VFX artists, sound designers, videographers from all over the world all been working hard to create the best material for you, video editor, to use in your projects. They've already created everything, chill. But on the other hand, if you don't have right assets, your source footage will look like what? Because again, source footage is the sketch. And if you don't have the right paint to paint the sketch with, your product will look like. Now where am I leading with this? Most of the people, most of the clients, they don't know these templates exist. They think we create it, and you don't need to create it because you are not meant to do that. Me and my team have been working with some of the biggest celebrities you may know. You might not even believe it, but trust me, we used the regular template and they were in shock. They don't know that there are a lot of assets available for us to just use them in our projects. All you have to do is just find those assets, plug them into your project. You will save time while increasing the quality. Again, example, which text will look better? This one?
Wow.
Or this one? Guess which video will bring you more money? Guess which video will make clients say, whoa? Guess which will earn you a better reputation? And I know what you still might say. Yes, I know where to find those asset libraries, but they're freaking expensive. And I agree with you. Most of them charge only annually. Like, what the f, dude? You don't know what's gonna happen in the next 2 months. Why do you charge people annually? Well, my friend, we have a really nice solution in our Discord community. It will save you a lot of money and it will unlock you the best materials. You can just plug it into your projects and simply start charging more just by applying the best material. The other way around acquiring the best material is basically getting help from other people. For example, you work on a very hard project and you need a guy who will do the color correction. You ask a colorist. Then you need to apply VFX. You ask a VFX guy to render those out for you, to make those. You're the guy that tells the story with videos and uses the material to just simply highlight what you were trying to portray and what emotion you were trying to convey. It's like they want you to be a driver, but you have to assemble that car for yourself. And again, guys, most of us really think that this is our job. We have to do everything. We forget the simple foundation of what video editing means, and we tend to forget and overlook what Hollywood does. And I'm not saying that you should have that big team, but you should at least have some support. You should at least have some team, some colleagues that will help you on every phase of the video, because video editing is a collaborative job. It's never meant to be worked alone. And in our community, again, we help you with that because we understand what video editing means. And there are really a lot of more struggles a video editor might face on his journey. And we're trying to help you with that inside the Visualizers Club community. Work with the best material. We have access to everything. So I encourage you to just click that link below, join Visualizers Club today, and become a true visualizer.